done? Okay, my turn.
Oh, good grief. I don't think this tree is worth it. But let's play with the monsters. Okay, I changed my mind. I definitely want to kill them. Got him! Yes, 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 I got him. Well, good morning. We're back in Middle Earth, and we are continuing the quest that we started down at Waterworks. And I'll be honest, this is probably one of my more favorite places in Moria. Some people would definitely not agree with me on that, but I don't know. It's just an amazing piece of fantasy architecture. Alright, so let's go down here. We need to find some goblin corpses and put some sort of solution on them. And we need to collect wildlife samples. So we got big giant toads down here. And we have lizards down here. Lots of lizards. And we have fire salamanders down here. He's hiding behind this rock here. Okay. Now. Oh, there's our first goblin body over here. So, we have used the newt toxin. And I would just like to start off the morning by saying hello and thank you to everybody who's joined me. Thank you for the likes, for the subscribes, for the comments. They're all really appreciated. And if you're watching for the first time or the second time and you enjoy what you're seeing, the best way to support me is to leave a comment. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell for all notifications so you don't miss anything. And thank you. Alright, so we got two more types of creatures here. We have our glowworms. Which we have already seen in the Silvertine loads. Now we have glass spiders. I'm wondering if they got that from David Bowie, because he did have a song called Glass Spiders. There's another deep salamander doing a little dance in the water. Oh, and you also have deep turtles. So they're like gigantic snapping turtles. And they will attack. Salamanders will attack. I believe toads will attack too. Flood lizards will threaten before they attack. We're looking for one more. Oh, and you also have these goblin runners, which are actually part of the epic quest chain later. That toad looks like it's Totally looks like it's drowning. See it over there? And all the other critters are just sitting there watching it drown. Alright, so we need to find one more. Okay. We need to find one more goblin body. There it is. So we need to kill 4 more mobs. Well, we might as well put this poor guy out of his misery. There. Okay, I guess the glowworms do not count. Neither do the salamanders. Interesting. Oh, the spiders count at least. And the spiders are a deed. I believe these things do, yeah, they do automatically attack. And they have a nice little stun skill. Fortunately, it's a very short skill. And they do not count. So it looks like just the toads and the spiders. Alright, so we have everything we need, and we can go talk to the dwarves up at the rotting cellar. And I'd just like to mention, there are 1 or 2, they're not rare elites, they are considered rare, and they are named mobs. They're not particularly stronger than the other mobs, but they do drop gems when you kill them. Which makes them kind of interesting. Because they're super easy to kill, but they are considered rare. And you'll recognize them because they look nothing like the other mobs. So there is a rare toad, and unlike the other toads, he's got like spiky horns on his head and body. And there is a rare glowworm, and I believe he's like purple instead of green. But yeah, look for little quirky things like that. They're kind of fun. Alright, so we need to talk to a goodie. And Geiger.
Welcome to Khazad-dûm.
These samples are exactly what I need To break the mysteries of the Waterworks, with these I can figure out the feeding hierarchy and determine the most effective creature for us to strike.
Welcome to Khazad-dûm. Stay and speak with me a moment.
I studied the samples you brought me and have determined how we can best thin out everything down here with one simple stroke. The deep toads are the key to the survival of the lizards and spiders. To strike the deep toads will be to strike at their predators as well. How, you ask? The lizards are unaffected by venom of spiders, and so the spiders cannot weaken them, making them undesirable prey for the spiders. Also, the lizards have enough cunning to avoid the webs of the spiders. The toads, on the other hand, are nearly mindless in contrast. Lizard and spider alike have little difficulty trapping and devouring the toads. If you remove the toads, the spiders and lizards will have no choice but to fall upon each other. Will you do this? Okay, so. And I think we already did the quest about the water strip. We did. Okay. Alright, so let's go talk. Where is that other dwarf? I ran past him. Oh, there he is. And ran past him again.
The orcs of Moria have much to account for.
So you spread it everywhere you saw leeches. Excellent. Hopefully soon I will be able to explore safely once more. Alright, so we've done his task. And make sure nobody else is over here has popped a ring. Nope, nothing there. There's a ring somewhere. Ah, there he is. Thrand over here would like to talk to us.
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance.
The goblins keep smashing the dwarf lamps. Without them, we cannot safely find our way through the halls and move supplies between the camps we have established throughout Khazad-dûm. We either have to find more material to craft more lamps or find a replacement. The latter may be easier now that I think of it. I believe we can use bits of glass spider legs to replace the crystals. In order to do this, though, I will need a great many of those legs. If you would, go out and hunt down some glass spiders and bring me their legs. You could find a good many of the beast to the west, near the Lost Palace. Alright, so kill some toads, kill some spiders. And surprisingly, they have given us generally good reasons to do both. Oh. You can see we'll run past that. Oh, and that's right. Toads actually threaten before they attack, too. But we do need to kill toads, so... Sorry, Toad. Look at that giant statue. I mean, literally, if you go over here, we'll go over here for a second so you can understand the sheer scale of this statue. I must have fallen from way up there somewhere. Okay, we'll get up here. Okay. That's the statue's nostril. That's you. Now you're an elf, which means you're probably taller than the average human, except for a Numenorian, which were unusually tall themselves. Well, considering they are also of an elven lineage. But yeah, that nostril is bigger than you are tall. So let's say that nostril is comfortably 8 foot long. And now you can simply imagine how big this whole statue would be. Pretty impressive, huh? There's a toad somewhere. A couple of them, actually. Well, a salamander we didn't need, but we killed it anyway. And there's that. I don't even want to know what that toad's doing. Well, it's dying. That's what it's doing. So, run up this way. The sound effects down here in Waterworks are pretty interesting too. Place doesn't have music so much as it has this empty, echoey quality that you would expect from a giant cavern. And if you listen closely, you almost hear the grinding, squealing of gears that control the water wheels. Nope, there's a spider somewhere right there. Okay. Oh, and another one. Hello. I was wondering where y'all were at. Another... That is probably where that one head came from, is up on one of these pillars like this. So, knowing that the nostril of that one was a comfortable 9 foot long, we can now guesstimate the scale of this whole thing. It's huge. Oh, an ambushing glass spider. How very nice of you to show yourself, even though you're supposed to be hidden. I've discovered the Lost Palace, so we'll want to remember the Lost Palace for a later quest. Excuse me. But specifically for a later epic quest. And if you go over here, you'll see a brooch of Lorien. And you interact with it, it starts a quest. Nestled among the webs of glass spiders, you find a brooch. It features a green leaf veined with silver. The name Garfest is engraved on the back. You find it odd that a brooch of Lothlorien bears the name of a dwarf. Okay, so we'll go up here. We do still need a couple more spiders, I think. Yep. Actually, we're almost done with spiders. At least for the quest. Fortunately, we still need a ton of them for the deed. Now, this broken tablet here. Remember that for the later epic, because you're going to be looking for those down in Waterworks. And that is one of the ones you're going to be looking for. But we are here for... We're here for this. It's another Moria mirror. So, you stand before a mirror deep within the waterworks. It is used to illuminate these flooded depths, but has been twisted out of position. The creatures of the deep loathe the light it reflects, but that very light is the greatest hope for the expedition. Perhaps shifting the angle will return much needed light to the waterworks. Right, so we have adjusted the mirror. Now, instead of heading straight back, we're going to head this way. One, we do still need 4 more toads. And 2, there is another stable down here that we have not gotten yet. And I forgot, ambushing glass spiders sometimes come in pairs. We got a couple toads down here. Very good. We've got a couple right over there. And I have a couple of cats not getting along at the moment. Not too particularly worried about that. They are brother and sister. And they do occasionally spat with each other. So, nothing new in that department. Ernie! Luckily, one of them is pretty much mama's boy, I guess you would put it. So, doesn't take more than one word to get him to stop. He is quite the troll, though. Now we are headed this way. Because somewhere back here is the stable we're looking for. There's another dwarf camp back here. Now it used to be if the toad licked you, your screen went all pink and fuzzy for a little bit. I don't know if they still do that. But it was a funny effect. Oh, look over there. See the giant wheels? Oh, see the salamanders. Gave them something to think about other than me. I do believe that is where we're headed, right over there. Bunch of flood lizards here. Like I said, they just sit there and fuss at you. Unless you attack them or stick around too long near them. Then they'll attack. Ernie, you are so clueless. She does not want to play right now. I have discovered Hrazgund. Alright, so it's towards the back of Waterworks. Here's another
The
stable.
time has come to drive forth
And the only place
from our
it
kingdom.
goes is to the rotting cellar, but still useful. And if you go over here, where it looks like there's an endless cavern, you actually have an instance, and I cannot remember what level it is or which one. I think it's the flooded treasury. Let's see if it even shows up in my list. Instances. Non-scaling instances? No, it doesn't look like they show up in my list right now. But yeah, I think it's the flooded treasury. Yeah, it's either a 6-man or a raid. I can't remember. We'll come back to it and check it out when it opens up. But right now I'm too low level to even see it.
These halls will be great once more.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yep, everything's done here. And we will be lazy and take the stable back. And it goes a different path than I would have taken, but whatever works, right? Alright, that right there is the Great Wheel, which is actually one of the exploration spots for down here in Waterworks, which we'll go to just by virtue of doing the quest here. This is Gabble Munns. And actually we'll come up here for some quests, because there is a place inside this tower here that has some dwarves, and they'll have us do various things. And that place over there with all the goo has a ton of orcs. They're Globsnaga orcs. And they're infected. And the pathing for the stable mounts is a little weird, if you hadn't noticed. It gets wild in some places. Wait until we take a stable goat from 21st Hall over to the Flaming Pit. That's a wild ride. But yeah, the orcs here are infected with the fungus. In fact, you first hear it really mentioned in the Fanged Pit, where they had the infected orcs in cages. Alright, let's go find some dwarves to talk to. We have lots of quests to turn in. I don't think... Nope, those guys don't have anything right now.
We will reclaim Khazad-dûm for Dine Ironfoot!
Excellent work. I could see the reflected light from here. There is much of Khazad-dûm buried beneath the waters here. Without that light, we would never be able to fully map and explore it. Okay. So he's quite happy, and we have completed Mirrors in the Mire. We have also completed friend with the Iron Garrison miners. Always a good thing. And it looks like I forgot, the brooch doesn't end here. It actually ends at 21st Hall.
The Lords of Moria have returned!
Excellent work. I have faith that soon the creatures in the Waterworks will no longer be a threat, and we will be able to retake it with ease. So we have a hat here, which is okay. It's really not that much better than what we're wearing. Like, literally hardly better than what we're wearing. But we'll take it, because it looks like all the stuff is about the same price. Now we need to talk to Thran, and he's over here.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
Yes, looking at these, they may do well for a shoddy replacement. Thank you for not breaking them into too many pieces.
If we are to find Mithra in Khazad-dûm, we will first have to deal with the orcs.
I have polished up and tinkered with these glass spire legs as much as I can. There is not more I can do. Either they will work, or we shall be wandering in the dark. Unfortunately, I have too much to do here, or I would repair the lamps myself. I will have to leave that task to your capable hands. The posts are all over Gabblemunds, southwest of here. Go out there and repair those lampposts, then return to me when you are done. Okay. So we will take off the one that is for 21st Hall. Make sure nobody else needs to talk to us before we go back out. Because I hate it when I forget a quest. I believe, yeah, it's this area here that I have to go to. So we could easily just get back on the goat and ride out that way, and then hop off. But it's just as easy to do this ourselves, because there's a couple of ways to get out there. So you've seen me go out through the waters over here, but we can also slide over here, go down this way, turn here, and we're going to run into that same stair that the stable goat took us up. So, we need to look for all the broken lamps and fix them. And of course it'll be easy to see because they'll be glowing and they say shattered crystal. here. Do we have one of them down here? Nope. Okay. We have another one down here. Nope. Do have one right here. As well as a goblin runner. Here. This is... Oh, I must have completed the quest. Spider... Leg prisms. Okay. But that is the doorway into the area with other quests. Another goblin. Might as well kill him too. Nope, nothing down there. I forgot the turtles can throw you. Good thing I wasn't facing the wall because it'll throw you over. Which is kind of funny. Don't think it's enough to kill you, but it's definitely enough to make you go crack. Another crystal. Oh, there's a crystal down there. We'll go ahead and fix that one. We need 2 more. Is there one down there? No, there is a completely broken brazier down there, but not one that you can put a crystal in. And I got 2 goblin runners over this way. Now I believe when it comes time for the epic, you have to kill like 5 or 8 of them. I can't remember which. Obviously, there's no lack of these down here. You can easily find all the ones you need. Alright, so we have killed enough of those. And this door is the instance Filical. And your level's too low. I don't think I want to go in there alone anyway. But yeah. So there's at least 2 instances down here. We may as well get back on our goat now. We gotta go back to the rotting cellar. Now, if you take a turn, I think it's this way. And if you go straight over here, go down this ramp. This is the burning stair, and that straight ahead is the flaming deeps. And way over there somewhere is the stable for the flaming deeps, is way over here. Which I think I don't know if I got that stable yet. No, I couldn't have gotten that stable because I just discovered the burning stair. We might go ahead and do that later. Up we go. And tell Thran we have done as he asks, and they worked. Okay. It's kind of like putting a 10-watt light bulb where a 60-watt should go, but, you know, it's light.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
So they worked. I never doubted my craftsmanship. Never had a doubt. Okay, if you say so. So we have a prism ring, which would be really good for a might-based character. Lots of vitality might, resistance rating. Or we have some shoulders, medium armor, agility, vitality, so great for the burglar or the hunter. Warden too. I keep forgetting wardens were... Wait, do wardens wear medium armor? I'm pretty sure they do. I know they are agility based. Wardens were one of those funny characters. They started out as agility based, and then when I started playing a warden, they were actually might based. And somewhere in the middle of me playing a warden, they went back to agility based. And I kind of completely stopped playing the warden when the trait trees came out. It just wasn't the same anymore. Alright, so having said all that, we're going to take what's worth the most. And now, let's go. Because someone else will want to talk to us now.
If only the elves were not so stiff-necked, we might make a swift victory of this endeavor.
The arc attacks that have come lately have been terrible. We barely beat back the last one a few days ago, and they suddenly stopped. I know we haven't killed them all. I can feel them at night, lurking beyond the torchlight. I fear they are preparing a final assault that will be the doom of us all. We cannot wait for that hammer fall, Medriel. We must take the battle to them before they are ready and move from their attack. That is where you come in. I want you to take them unaware. Their encampment lies near the Chamber of Dark Waters to the south. While you press the attack, several of my men will move westward to a new outpost. When you have finished, meet Answer there. So, once again, we're being sent out into the great unknown. First, let me see how much time I have left. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. We have a few more minutes. Not too many. So let's see.
You are ill-equipped to
Prepare
venture into
some
Khazad-dûm.
stuff. Let's drop off some junk. I don't want to take everything with me down there. onto it for a moment, though I seriously doubt I'm going to use it. Okay. We might as well go ahead and use up these tokens too. And off we go. So we need to go defeat some orcs. Some globsnaga. Oh, we might as well get off our goat, because no matter which way we go, we're going to attract something. Okay. Now there is actually something else down here you'll want to watch out for. You'll want to know about for the epic later. You'll see occasionally down here what looks to be some piles of trash. I don't know if I could find one of them. There's only a couple of them down here, so it's not like there's hundreds of them for me to find for you. Don't see one of them over here. But it just looks like a random pile of rubble. And you might not even think much of it at first look. But it's actually part of the epic later. And like I said, I think there's only like 2 of them down here. So it's not even like they're that plentiful. Just be aware. You'll want to know that there are a couple of them down here, because you have to find like 8 of them total, and they're all over the place. Now we're going to be coming back here a couple of times. Now these guys put up some sort of an offensive totem near you. Of course, I killed him before he could. Oh, and this is also another one of those plaques I was talking about that you'll want for later in the epic. And this is the Chamber of Dark Waters. And another statue piece. We're going to go ahead and grab that. This is a piece of the torso of the statue of Helgi Goblin Thane, that once stood outside the Chamber of the Crossroads. The goblins of Dorn's Way destroyed the statue, and its parts can be found scattered throughout Moria. A dwarf named Uxie endeavors to reassemble the statue. So, we have found that. And this fellow over here is going to be for a quest in a little while. Alright, so yeah, a couple of points of interest in this otherwise disgusting place. I mean, we don't even want to know what all that is. Let's see if I can't get him to put his... There it is. See it? Unstable mushroom. And it explodes. And it would explode and cover you with like this goopy stuff. So, it might help if I was paying attention to my health, huh? Alright, so we have basically killed everything we need to kill here. And we can actually come out this way. And the torso one goes back to the rotting cellar, but we want to head towards the other place that I was talking about. Holwell Nefek. I don't think, when they created these names, they made them to look very good in Elvish, or not Elvish, but Dwarvish, but they certainly didn't consider anybody trying to pronounce them. Holwell Nefek. Oh, we have something chasing us. I can chase this. That's fine. I'm not stopping for the salamander right now. So, Gabblemuns. At least that name is somewhat pronounceable. I can get my tongue around that, kind of. Alright, so here we are. Not much of a place here. Very damp. There's Brand again. He's all over the place. No mobs in here, though. Some nice dwarven music playing. I don't know if y'all can hear that.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Thank you for holding them off, Medriel. You bought us enough time to make our way down here. It's not ideal, but it will do for now. They were covered in some sort of fungus growth, you say. That must be why they stopped attacking us. Something else attacked them. But what could it be? What could be down there? Okay. So, we have completed lying in wait. Let's grab a couple of quests.
If we are to find Mithril in Khazad-dûm, we will first have to deal with the orcs.
On our way here from the rotting cellar, we saw much of the fungus in the waterworks. We need to take swift action to ensure that we are not overwhelmed, and also we must ensure that the arcs do not maintain even a small foothold by our water wheels. Speak with the others and do what you can to help them out with their plans. Meanwhile, I have another request of you. And he has a couple of requests of us, actually.
Abide here a moment and speak with me.
Every night at the rotting cellar, I used to engage in battle with one of the arcs of Moria. We would fire our arrows back and forth, listening for the twang of the bowstring, searching for our enemy in the dark. It broke the monotony of guard duty, but a dangerous game it was. At rare times, we traded taunts, though we were each careful to move so as not to be discovered, and I learned the creature's name is Erbrum. Erbrum had not loosed upon us for several days now, and I fear he has fallen to the fungus. These infected orcs are unpredictable and dangerous. I do not know what drives them, but an orc of Umbrum's skill under the influence of the spore could be a terrible threat. Go to the Chamber of Dark Waters east of here and seek out Erbrum. If he is to be found, destroy him, lest his arrows return. Okay, so I guess this dwarf and this orc were both kind of bored with their guard duty and decided to play chicken with each other. It's actually kind of amusing if you think about it. Alright, out of the darkness.
We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
So we have all discussed the work you did and the efforts it has had, and believe we have come up with a plan to stop the growth here, keeping it from spreading to the rest of Khazad-dûm. We have created a mixture we believe will remove the additional power the fungus growth is giving the orcs it has infested. Seek out Kraybag, the most powerful of the infected orcs. Throw this in his face, and then see if piercing through the growth is easier. Do not worry. What could possibly go wrong? Return to me when you have tried the solution. And if you remember the arc in the Chamber of Dark Waters, that's the one we have to do that to. Okay. So we have a couple more. Now, despite there being goats down here, there is actually not a stable, but there's a hunter campfire, so if you had a hunter, you could actually bind to that and then come back to it easily. Thorand has two for us.
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance.
Greetings, Medril. One of the dwarf mirrors has been covered with this fungus infesting everything down here. No matter what I have tried, I have not been able to get rid of it. Anzur has been experimenting with a variety of acids he claimed to retrieve from the dragonets in the Silvertine lodes. Perhaps you could try using it to clean the mirror. The mirror is to the south, just outside the Chamber of Memory. If it works, return to me, but travel with care. The arcs are lurking about. There is still more to be done.
We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
I have a fear, Medril. We have been using some of the mushrooms around here for cooking with our meals, but I do not think all of them are safe. There are some mushrooms down near the water's edge, growing in that tepid pool of fungus. I believe the arcs have eaten those, and that is what caused them to become infected. To deal with this threat, at least to slow the spread, I would ask you to go and destroy those mushrooms. While an orc is still an enemy, it is an easier enemy to kill than one of those fungus-infested creatures. Alright.
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance.
I have been talking with Anzur and studying the cloth you brought back at the rotting cellar, and I have come to a conclusion. I believe the fungus would rather be in the water than living on orcs. The only reason it is on the orcs is because it cannot get back to the water. If you could bring me back several spores from the infested orcs, I can study them and learn more, perhaps even prove my theory. You can find these infested orcs near the Chamber of Dark Waters to the east of here. So the majority of what we have to do involves that place we were just at, killing orcs. With a couple of side trips to other places that we'll actually get closer to doing other quests. But of course, that will all be for next time. And until then, bye for now.